Hey, what's up everybody? It's Genoa with a Crafty Mess and I'm here with another YouTube tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these money cards, which are very popular. They've been blowing up all over the blogs and in the craft groups. And so I'm jumping on the bandwagon and I want to show you how you guys can create these for yourself. If you'd like to know how I make these, stay tuned. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, share with your crafty friends, and that you have that notification bell on. I appreciate you all being here. You're the best part of this channel, and the support is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so in Cricut Design Space, what you'll want to do is create your template. So we're going to start this from scratch. I do have a template that I uploaded, but I'm going to show you how you can do your own. So go to Shapes. Determine if you want a rounded card or a square card. I think the rounded cards personally look better, so I'm going to choose the rounded square. And then we're going to unlock it and create our dimensions. So I'm going to make mine 4.5 inches wide by 5 inches tall. So there you have your card. And then you have an option. You can either put a hole in it or you can leave it as is. I'll show you how you can create a hole for this template. So what you'll want to do is you want to go ahead and grab this oval and then go back in and grab a circle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the checkbox so that I can size this how I want. Take this circle, same thing, size it. You just want to kind of have it look like one of those little things that go on the top. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to draw a box over both of them, and I know they're both selected because they're both highlighted on the right. I can also hold down my shift and click on both of them over on the right. And then I'm going to go down here and hit weld. So, you know, it's not perfect, but there we have one of those little shapes that you can put here at the top of your card. Just size it. And then I'm going to draw over both, and then we're going to align it horizontal so it's right there in the middle of the card, and then we're going to slice it out. Again, that's completely optional. You don't have to do that. You could just use your hole punch, but I kind of like the way it looks, so I'm going to erase these bits we don't need. So here we have the base and the template for the card. So there's two ways that you can do that. You can either just make this your template and then glue your dome onto the front of this, or you can make this the cover and we'll make a little hole for our holder. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it just so I have an extra one. Okay, so I measured the cutout for my little plastic piece and it was about 3 by 1 inches. So I'm going to go back to shapes. I'm going to go back to, I'm going to use this one, this rounded rectangle. Unlock the dimensions, and we're going to make the width 3 inches and the height 1 inch. And then I'm going to place that somewhere down here towards the bottom. Okay, draw a box over both of those. We're going to align horizontal, and then I'm going to hit slice. Okay, so these two pieces we can go ahead and get rid of. So what this would be is this would be the front of the card, this would be the back of the card. So you could insert your plastic piece into this hole, and then this acts as a cover on your card so that you don't see all the glue and bits. It's completely optional. You don't have to do that. You could just use this card here and design right on top of that. It's completely up to you. I'm going to do a quick Father's Day design. So what I want to do is I want to go to images and I'm going to search metal. I want to get something that looks like a metal background. I'm going to choose this one here, this metal plate, and add to my canvas. I'm going to move this one over here to the side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open this up so it's a little bit bigger, and I'm going to send it to the back so I can see my little cut piece here. Okay, and I'm going to draw a box over both, and then we're going to let's see. Why won't it let me slice? For some reason, it is picking up that piece too. I just need this piece and this piece. There we go. So I'm gonna slice. If you have more than two pieces selected, it will not slice. So I can save this for another template. But what I did is I'm gonna get rid of this big piece. Basically, I sliced out that metal design onto my card. And so now it'll be a print and cut, and it'll print out this cute metal design. So let's go ahead and add some more stuff to it. Let's go back to shapes, and I'm going to pick this little shape here. Okay, and let's change the color on that to black. And then let's go to text, and we're going to type in $20. And you could be whatever increment you like. I'm just going to select $20 for right now. And then I'm going to change the font to a color that kind of matches that metal. Use that little gray color there. Move this so I can see. Okay, let's go ahead and center that. And then once it's centered, I'm going to flatten it. Okay, so this is going to be our little dollar amount that we're going to put over here in the corner. Now let's go ahead and find some other images that we can use. Let's type in, I'm going to type in African American. And I'm going to choose one of these images. And this is a nice one with a tuxedo. Let's go ahead and add it to canvas. You can choose whatever image you want. This is what I'm selecting. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and size that. All right, and then I'm going to go back, and this time I'm going to type in Father's Day and hit search, and then we'll just find the same. Doesn't even really matter which one. I'm just going to pick one. And then we're going to size it. Make sure you have everything where you want it. That looks good. Okay, I'm going to draw a box over it all, and then I'm going to hit flatten. Okay, so I'm just going to hit make it really quick so you can see what it's going to look like. So what it's going to do is it's going to print this out, and it's going to cut out that little square in the middle as well. Okay, I'm going to cancel, go back. And then so you'll want to go ahead and print and cut this, and then you'll want to go ahead and cut at least one of these backings. Okay, now let me duplicate this, because I'm going to show you that this is how I chose to do it, because I want the plastic to go underneath this top panel. And then I'm going to glue these two together. And then that also makes it so that it'll be a little bit sturdier. But if you don't want to do that and you just want to design on the card itself and then just glue the piece to the front, you can do that as well. You just do the same thing that we did over here, but on the piece without the cutout. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit make it. So we should have two mats, one that's going to be our print and cut, and then our second mat is going to be just cutting out that backing piece, and you can make that out of whatever color you want. It's completely up to you. I'm going to go ahead and hit continue, and then we're going to send it to our printer. And then once I get everything printed out, then we'll go ahead and cut these shapes out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and load this onto my mat. Excuse my desk here. And we're going to put that in. Okay, kind of hard while I'm trying to hold the mat and get it loaded. Okay, so back to my Cricut string. I'm going to be using the 110-pound cardstock setting, and I'm going to change the default to more. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this cut out. First thing it's going to do is it's going to recognize our registration marks, and then it will go ahead and cut everything out. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over. Pull it up from the bottom. It gets the best result. Yep, it popped right out. Perfect. So here is our template that we just created. Cute. Okay, so then what you would do so this is packaging from a lip balm from a Dollar Tree lip balm. In my area, all the little domes are sold out on Amazon and in the Michael store, so this was my only option. So then what you're going to do is you're going to slide that behind, and that does a pretty good job of covering, you know, the glue or what have you. Just make sure you're measuring for the package that you're going to be using. Okay, and then you would take that backing card and then glue it to the back. Okay, so I'm going to show you one that I made earlier. This is the one that I did earlier. And you see it just kind of sticks. Just kind of sticks inside there like that. Okay, so this was my first little try, so it's not the best, and I'm super impatient, so I never can wait for things. But that was one that I did for graduation. And then this is a different, similar design for Father's Day. So here's the examples of the finished products that I took in my light box. All right, so here I have my print and cut, and I printed that on cardstock, and then here is my back. Now in my tutorial, I went ahead and cut out this little box to slide the plastic piece through, but that's completely optional. That's just what I chose to do. You don't have to do that. So if you, for example, just printed this design out straight to the card, what you would do is that you would take your plastic piece and whatever money you're going to use. And I like to roll mine so that the amount shows through the window like that. But then you would just go ahead and glue that right to the card itself. However, I thought it would be easier if I did the cutout, and then with the cutout, you just slide it over the card like so. Make sure it's lined up. And then you'd glue these two together. So that would be the difference. It's completely up to you. Sky is the limit on the designs and how you're going to do it. You notice that this particular one that we did for today's video is a different size and shape than the one that I did on my own. So this one is taller and thinner, and then this one is wider. So it's completely up to you, and it can be any theme you'd like. For this card, like I showed earlier, this one was for graduation. So birthdays, graduations. I've even seen Tooth Fairy, Nurses Week, Teacher Appreciation. So the sky really is the limit on these. Okay, so I hope that you guys would give it a try. And if you like the video and you learned something, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Even if you didn't like the video, it doesn't hurt. Give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel, help me improve, and leave a comment below. Make sure you're sharing with your crafty friends and that you have your notification bell on. I'm Genoa with the Crafty Mess, signing off. Until next time, bye.